Hey guys, what's up? Here is today's Smart Money Sunday video. We're going to start off on AUD USD. A lot of the XXX USD pairs actually gapped, and some of the other pairs gapped as well. We'll get into all of them. I'm just going to start by going through this. So we are actually trading within a zone that I was looking at. I wanted price to react off of here within this shaded region. And if we gap down, it looks like we are pushing up right now. I do think that we can head higher. I really want to see price come up into here or really up into this level here. I think this is a really solid level to be looking for a reaction from right here, because we had all of this buying volume before a very, very strong sell-off all the way down into really 7,620. Got very close, and then we've just been kind of ranging since then. We had this huge push up from FOMC last week. We actually caught the buys on Euro USD, not on this pair, but we did have the direction right for the dollar on FOMC day, which was really nice. Sent out some trades to our VIP community. And now on this and other XXX USD pairs, we are kind of just ranging. Like I said, huge buy up, trickled down. I'm kind of surprised this level didn't really hold, but I did expect a reaction off here. Looks like we're getting a little one now, but nothing too significant. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But AUD USD, I think that we should push up. And then the only concern is the equal lows, or are the equal lows here. We do have some inefficient pricing in the market right here. So it could push down lower. I marked off my main levels just to get a broad sense, but when I get on these calls or make these videos, I really just refine them for you guys so you can see exactly what we are looking at. Another thing to notice is that we also have this up close candle right here that we have not traded into yet. So that could be another area where price reacts from. I don't anticipate a huge reaction from here, but that is another point of interest in the market. So that is AUD USD. Moving on, we have USD Jpy. I expect a reaction from here. So this last down close candle before the up move, we had a really, really weird gap that came all the way down and then engulfed all the way back up, actually filled the price gap. And now it looks like we're just consolidating. We have all these equal highs up here that I anticipate. I really think they're going to get taken out this week. I don't foresee them being left. I think that we might come back down to here and then go up, but this gap is really kind of large, so that puts some uncertainty in the market. Now we do have these equal lows here. However, we are in a massive uptrend. We have these equal highs, so I think that these are a more reasonable target than going short again. I don't think price will go short. We also have all this liquidity here building up on this trend line. So I do think that we will head up. I want to see it head up because we've been so bullish on this. We've reacted way down here and we've just been pushing up ever since. So I want to see continued longs. I think that we can come into this region here. Yes, we have equal lows, but I tend not to focus on the liquidity on the opposite side of the market. So if we're in an uptrend, I don't focus on equal lows. If we're in a downtrend, I don't really focus on equal highs. So in this case, we have equal highs up here. We have this candle that has not been met yet. So I think that price should push back down and somewhere into this region and then go on. Moving on, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. So this is kind of similar to AUD USD. There is some inefficiency that I'm targeting here. So that is what I'm looking at to enter on. So we have this selling volume before the buying up. We have a singular wick low here. We had these lows here. Now these gaps again are just really strange. I was actually looking for price to kind of accumulate within here, but what we did is we came into this candle here, which was a point of interest. Now, the thing I don't like is that we gap down into it. I didn't want to see that. What I wanted to see was price trickle down some more, accumulate, and then go long. But if we do get lower time frame confirmations tomorrow morning, maybe, I think that we could take it up into this level here. We had these highs right here, and here, and then we came into this up close candle here. So now we have this up close candle that we can target, but we also have this one here. So it's just buying up before selling off, equal highs, another high here that I think we could come into. So I really do want to take price a little bit higher. I know this is a bit, it goes against my analysis on USD Jpy, but with how the markets have been moving, I'm just going to play what I see. And if I get confirmations on the lower time frames, I will take whichever one is, or whichever ones are more clear to me. So in this case, if I get, really clear signal for a long on this and Aud USD, I'm going to be looking for dollar weakness, right? Which would push USD Jpy down. However, the yen has been extremely weak. So there's a lot going into it, but this is my analysis just looking at each pair individually. So on NZD USD, I think that we can maybe see something like this. We can come down, chop around on the smaller time frames like this, and then continue up to here, and then maybe continue up to here. But it is Sunday night. Sunday night movements are unpredictable, so we can just blast through this, and then that bias would be completely violated. Moving on, USD Canadian dollar. We have this buying here, buying for the selling off, singular wick high on the lower or higher time frame, sorry. And then you can also look at this as itself. You could also just look at this as one buy to sell candle. So buying volume and then, selling off. And we could come up into this price, chop around, and then come down. So we will be looking for USD CAD shorts, or I will be at least. I think that this was just enticing people to go long to break above this. So we broke above, and then I think, as I said, this could just be getting retail traders to buy, and then they're just going to push down because we have all this buying volume before selling off. And I think that the banks are just going to come up into this region and continue down. Here could be first take profit. You could really go much lower. So that is what I'm looking for as a general play on USD CAD. We will have to see how it begins to pan out after Sunday night. I really don't like to trade on Sunday night because the movements can be kind of strange. GBP JPY had this candle. It pretty much gapped down into it, actually. So selling volume, buying up, right? Now we gapped down, almost came into it. There is something within here. It's probably on the 15-minute or the 5-minute. Okay, here it is. It's clear on the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute, we can see that we bought up to sell off, and we have not traded back into it. We, as of now, are in a downtrend. I think, really, this is just one ginormous leg to the upside. So we could really pull back down into here and still be bullish. But I think that we will react off of this. If I get a good signal to take this up, we definitely could. My perspective on it is this is one big leg, but within this leg, what we had was all this, like that, like that, and then we broke here. So we should pull back and then short off. That's what I'm thinking. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean I'm just going to blindly trade that, but that's what I'm looking at or what I'm expecting to happen. Again, with this gap down, this is it just throws things off. When you're looking for something specific, this gap down, what? 83, the open was at 26, so like 50 pips. So it was a 50 pip gap, which kind of throws things off for me. So I'm going to be waiting for it to calm down a little bit, but I think that we could react off of here and then push up to this level. I really like that level. GBP chef, I didn't have anything on that. Looking at Euro CAD, so what did we do? Selling volume before buying up. We have all of these lows here taken out, bought back up, left inefficiency in the market. I really think price is going to come down into here and then go long, at least for a short while, because I am looking for XXX CAD weakness. So maybe it could push back up into these equal highs here. Just an idea. There's nothing really pertinent on it right now. I don't think that we're going to get an eminent setup in the near future. But that is kind of what I'm looking for on Euro CAD. Moving on, NZD CAD. So what did we do? I think that this push up wasn't the last push up we're going to see. I think that we could come up a little bit more, but we also might simply attack this inefficiency because it is resting right here. We're so close to it. We've just been selling off, extremely hard. And I don't think that a pullback up into here is realistic, to be honest, which is why I'm looking for XXX CAD sells. So this, again, should just push down into here. I really would be surprised if it pulled back before doing it. We've just been going down so strongly that it wouldn't make sense for the banks to come all the way back up and then continue their move down. I don't foresee that happening. Just from a logical perspective, I think that they're coming down into here first is probably more realistic. So moving on, I really like this GBP CAD. If we can get a push up into here, I think that a nice sell-off, could be presented to us. But again, what we could end up doing is just pushing up a little bit more, maybe coming into here, into this region, and then continuing down, because we've now created equal lows, and this could just be a lower high and then another push, but I don't really anticipate that. I think that, okay, yeah, we have this inefficiency here, but we also have all of this up here. So I think it would be more natural to expect a pullback into like 175, 1725 to continue back down. However, it is possible for price to hit this and then go down. And if we do that, we're probably going to stop at 171 or 17165. So that is what I'm looking for on GBP CAD. Next pair, that's the dollar index. Looking at Usd Jpy, so it's actually hit my level to the T. It looked like it almost gapped down into it. So it came down, tapped it, now we're heading up. So we could honestly look to continue buying this up into 118.50. I really like that region. We would get above this high, and it just makes sense. We had this inefficiency selling volume before the buying up, and now we have come back down into it with this move here. So I think that we could push up for probably for the week. And then if we look inefficient pricing right here, we could push up to that, come down a little bit, and then continue back up into this region right here, 118.50. So that is what I'm looking for on Usd Jpy. Continuing on, GBP NZD, we have these equal highs up here. We are trending upwards. I believe this was on the hourly. You can see it relatively clearly. Here is a really big doji candle. I think that we're just going to spike down into here and then continue up into these equal highs here. We had all of these equal lows right here that we took out with this move, came into this as well, and now we've just been pushing up into really this region, generating more equal highs to be taken out in the direction of trend. So that is what I'm looking for on GBP NZD. CAD JPY, I do want to see us push down. We're kind of in no man's land right now. We had this move up here that we didn't trade into. We had this move down that we didn't trade into. So either one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to push up here and then head down, or we are going to just head down and then push up probably past here since we are in an uptrend. So we have these two general regions that we are looking for reactions within. And I did think we were going to accumulate, but it actually just ended up breaking down. So I think that this is probably more imminent coming down into here. 86 flat is probably a good level to look for longs. And then playing it down is something we could do throughout the week. I think that we can just continue to sell the counter trend within here. So just making lower highs and lower lows. Oh, this gap down a lot. I didn't even see this. So this gap below my region of price, it actually had a 60 pip gap, which is kind of crazy. So I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to mark this level off. We have some inefficient price here. We have inefficient pricing here. So those are really the two spots I'd be looking at now. This is, I did not realize this gap so much. We have, relatively equal lows right in here. So that could be a good region to target or to look for longs again, just down below this. This also gapped down. I was looking for, it actually hit off the level that I was looking at. So this has a clear inefficiency or gap, not gap, but inefficiency in the market. It'll likely push down into here. If it's going to do this to start the week, that makes sense. Take out this singular wick low, fill the inefficiency in price, continue up into here or up into here. Those are my two levels. So I'm thinking that we are going to go here, come up, probably react off here, come back down, and then ultimately reach this level. Looking at Euro AUD, I think that we could see a push up into here, 1.544. Inefficiency in the market. We came into an inefficiency fill right here. So I think that we could just follow this down. We also had buying volume and then a sell off. Now we also have some equal lows down here. So I think that we should just continue down on this pair. This is really simple. I'm trying to make this relatively quick so you guys can get an idea, but I think that this is a very reasonable perspective on this pair. AUD JPY also gap down. A lot of these yen pairs, pretty much every yen pair gap down. CAD CHF, nothing too exciting. It's not imminent. Euro NZD, also not imminent. I think that we will likely just push way below this, probably come up into here one more time. And then after we come up into here, into this region, we'll probably just push right down into this selling line before buying up. Take everybody out who's trying to buy on this trend line and just take it back up, again. USD CHF, I actually like this. I think that we're going to get a really big push above this top trend line and just stop all these people out trying to sell it. So do something like this, and then we'll short off down into here. I really, really like this. This is one that I'm keeping my eyes on very carefully because it's just setting up to be such a manipulative move. People are going to be selling at this resistance, selling at the trend line. They're all going to get their stops taken, and then price is going to shoot down. That is really, really, really what I think. So I do believe that is all of it. This is NZD CHF. Same deal as USD CHF. I want price to push down a little more. This has a really clear candle of interest right here. Selling volume before buying up. Come down, accumulate, take it up into equal highs. This one is very, very simple. Really 0.67 is my overall target. So that is all that I am going to be breaking down for you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that everything is making sense, and I hope that you are applying these concepts within your trading. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment on this video. And as always, we appreciate your time. Let's have another great week of trading, guys.